Hey, how's it going, guys? I hope you're having an amazing Saturday. And we got another eCom Underground Daily. And today I want to talk about traffic. So if you've been watching these little, I guess we'll call them like, I don't know, episodes, I guess. If you've been watching them every day, basically this is a chance for me to take a little bit of time every day at 3 o'clock Eastern and share a little bit about what's working in not only my business, but what I'm seeing working in the industry in general, in other businesses, e-commerce or not, but just trends I'm seeing that are working. And today I want to talk to you about traffic. So one of the big things that we have to understand is that if we're going to sell anything online, we have to understand where we're going to get the traffic from first. So my coach and mentor, Russell, well, one of my coach and mentors, but one of the ones that I've learned so much from in the last few years, Russell Brunson, so much so that I actually pay him $25,000 a year to basically pick his brain and at any moment be able to ask him questions and be able to interact with him and kind of see, because he's a marketing genius, and he always says he never builds a funnel ever unless he knows where the traffic is going to come from. Now Russell, his big thing is funnels. He's the co-founder of ClickFunnels, so obviously that's where his mind is. But essentially what he's saying is he never creates an offer, never creates a product unless he knows where the traffic's going to come from. Now, for a lot of you listening to this, you sell on Amazon, so whether you realized it or not, you already kind of checked this huge box. That box has to be checked. There's no way around it. But because you sell on Amazon, if you're listening and you sell on Amazon, that was like a huge box that got checked. And that's where Amazon brings all this power, right? Is that you can take commoditized goods, like these common goods, and just put them on Amazon and they'll sell. But as soon as you start thinking bigger, and even if you're going to focus just on your Amazon business or the Amazon side of your business, you still want to start thinking, how can I drive external traffic? We call it external, right? It's outside of Amazon, because we basically have two options, right? We can drive traffic inside of Amazon if you're an Amazon seller, or off Amazon. Now, inside Amazon, we all know sponsored products, but there's actually another huge one that we've talked about this week, which is AMS. AMS is, without a doubt, in my mind, the biggest opportunity that's available for people who sell on Amazon. It's still blue ocean. It's still not very competitive. People who are doing it don't know how to do it right. It's kind of like the good old days of sponsored products, where it was like nobody was doing it, and if they didn't know how to do it. Now, thanks to a lot of the education, like good friends of mine, Brian Johnson and Brian Burton, the products that they've come out with, people are getting more refined and they're getting better. But AMS is still this wide open opportunity that people don't really understand how to use. So there's those two methods you could use inside Amazon. But what happens if you want to go off Amazon? Now, there are a lot of different ways to do this, and you want to be considering this now. Even if the idea of you starting a Shopify store, or you starting selling through funnels, like that's sort of distant, in the distant future, you want to be thinking now about what your traffic sources are going to be. Because if you can get this nailed down now, you're in good shape. So there's so many different ways to drive traffic off of, and I say Amazon, but think like marketplaces. If you sell on Walmart, people are going to Walmart, right? If you sell on Jet, people are going to Jet. If you sell on Sears or eBay or Buy.com or Newegg or wherever you're selling, Overstock, people are going to those sites to buy. So they control the traffic. It's the reason they don't give you that information, right? They understand how powerful it is to be able to move that lever, that traffic lever. So if you can start understanding how to do that, you can imagine now you're starting to take the power back into your hands. So there's a few you want to start considering. One, you want to start looking at Google, and namely Google Shopping. It's a little more of a complex topic in that we can't cover it in just a few minutes. So I'll just put it out there and just make you aware of it. So on Google, you've got AdWords, but you also have Google Shopping. If you have your own storefront off of Amazon, Google Shopping may be a really good option for you. Google PPC tends to be a little bit more expensive, but because people go there with intent to buy, mostly, I shouldn't, let me back up. They go there intent to search, but you have a big group of people that are going to Google with the intent to buy. Similar to Amazon. Amazon is like closest to the bottom of the funnel as possible. They are like literally credit card in hand looking to buy. That's why it's so powerful. But if someone on Google is searching for best blah or best blah to buy, they're very close to buying. If they search for, blah reviews, well, they're more top of funnel and they're probably not there yet. The point is, you're going to consider that when you start bidding on keywords on Google AdWords, you're going to want to bid more aggressively on the stuff that's closer to purchase, right? Because it's going to give you the most Amazon-like sort of traffic. So that's Google AdWords and Google Shopping. Now let's turn to then there's another, which is influencers, right? The bloggers. I have a friend inside Inner Circle. She does massive volume. Like, she literally just started selling on Amazon because she's like, I might as well. She's been doing millions of dollars in sales completely through blogger networks. Like, that's her bread and butter. It's what she does best. So influencers can be amazing traffic sources. And the last one I want to mention and talk a little bit about and dissect is Facebook. Now, I know we all have heard of Facebook, right? We're on Facebook right now. I'm sure you've heard the stats. There's over 2 billion people on Facebook. At any given time, there are over 200 million active users on Facebook every month in the United States alone. The levels of targeting we can get. I can pick out somebody who is a male between 25 and 64 and between 25 and 34, who loves camping, lives in this zip code, likes ice cream, and earns over $150,000 a year, and got married in the last 6 months. Like, I mean, the targeting level I can get is super powerful. So your customer is on Facebook. Now, the difference between Facebook and Google, for example, is Google is a search network. People are going there to find the product. On Facebook, it's more disruptive advertising, right? Like, they're scrolling, they're looking at pictures of of grandma, they're looking at pictures of their friends, they're sharing. It's a social network, and then your ad pops up. So even the headliner, the way we're going to communicate is different. On Google, we're saying, hey, best offer on whatever, or click here to, or 50% off camping gear. Like, we can go straight to more of an offer because we know they're looking for it. Whereas on Facebook, we need to grab attention, and then we need to connect with people. So it's a little bit different, but don't ever, ever, ever let anyone tell you that Facebook, you can't make money anymore, it's not possible and all this. I guarantee you what's happening is, because I've seen it with clients, and even my own learning curve as I learned how to do this, is when people try to sell the product on the ad in Facebook, it always flops because people right away go, nope, no thanks. But if you can connect first, now the purpose of the ad is just to drive a click. So there's Facebook ads. Now there's another strategy on Facebook, which a lot of people don't talk about. And it's actually a pretty cool strategy. If, let's say, you just want to start, really it's cool if you want to do anything in any niche. But one of the ways I've seen it used really effectively, and I'm actually starting a separate line of our e-commerce side where I'm actually going to be building this out, and maybe I'll do like a case study and share some of the details. But is using community inside of Facebook. Now, there's a lot of communities in Facebook, right? There's dog lovers, there's camping lovers, there's golf lovers, there's kitchen lovers, cooks. There's all kinds of communities. And creating those communities and then bringing them over to your general store, your Shopify store, or even sending them over to your Amazon store. But creating those communities first is very, very powerful. And that's another incredible source of traffic. So there's a kind of a high-level view of some of the most common forms of traffic that I really like to use and what I encourage you to start digging into. What I would say is pick one. Pick one and try to master it. But I definitely would have you consider now is the time. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're just starting. I don't care if you're Amazon only. I don't care if you have already decided, listen, I have to get off Amazon. I have to build my funnels or my Shopify store. Whatever it is, I encourage you to start looking at these traffic sources, because that's going to be the lifeblood of your business. That's going to be the thing that if you can control that lever, you control the game. There's a saying that whoever can make it rain controls the game, right? And basically, if you can bring in the business, you're always going to be in good shape. But as long as you rely on someone else to control the rain, they're going to control your game. So, all right, guys, have an amazing weekend, and we will talk soon. We'll talk tomorrow. All right, bye.